Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So in today's video I am doing two feed-in braids. So first of all, I'm brushing the extensions. I use some dodgy extensions, like a mix of extensions. I don't know if you guys know, like the leftover. That's what I'm using here. So I first of all just load them to my braiding rack after brushing them properly, and then once I've loaded them all to my braiding rack, I'm going to start braiding. But the extensions that I'm using is Expression. It's just that it was bits and pieces from like old ones, and I use both pre-stretched and the regular extensions. So I had to kind of pull through, and that's what made it have tangles and stuff. So this is me. I have loaded the rack. I'm going to load everything, although I didn't show it, but I loaded everything because I was going to use up all the extensions. I'm using the Mielle Honey and Ginger Edge Gel. It has flexible hold that is good for braiding. So that's what it looks like, and then I'm just going to put it on the perimeters of the braid. So I could use more, but I decided to use just a little quantity, especially just around the hairline, the parting, not the hairline, the parting. And then I brushed it in. At this point I couldn't find my hairbrush, so I just brushed it in and just kept applying the edge control. The edge control is kind of white, and trust me, it never blended in. I thought it would blend in, but it didn't. So yeah, it's not my favorite. So I added to the front of my hair as well. You guys know that I'm dealing with edge issues, so just bear with me as they are. I'm going to work on my edges. In the next few videos, I'm going to be showing you the treatments I'll do to my edges. So I start with that piece of hair. But I actually like to start with my hair first. So I section a small triangle out in front of my hair, and I start with my hair. I try not to put the extensions first, just to reduce the chances of breakage. So I start with a 3-strand plait, just how you start a cornrow. If you don't know how to cornrow, please check this video. So then I add the extensions. I'm sorry about the angle here. It's not the greatest, but basically I'm adding the hair, the extensions, into my pincer grip. If you watch my videos where I teach how to cornrow, you see that the pincer grip is really important, and that's what we normally use whenever we add hair. That's where we put the hair in. So look at it again. I'm adding it into the pincer grip, as you can see. I'm sorry again that it's not clear, but in the next one you're going to see it clearer. So I just keep adding the hair continuously. I make a hook like that, and then I loop it into my pincer grip. If you already know how to cornrow, this will be easier for you because you understand where I'm adding the hair. But if you don't know how to cornrow, like I said, watch this other video and then you'll be able to understand what exactly is happening with my hands. So I just keep adding it continuously all the way. And on this day, I was actually on live. I was live on TikTok, and also I was chatting with my friends who were also live with me, and I was rushing to try and meet up to start my work. I was working on this day, and I was trying to do this in the morning, so I began to kind of really rush, and it wasn't coming out well. As you can see, I was taking bigger pieces. I was just adding the hair, trying to make it fast. But when you're doing it, if you want it neater, which you will see in the second braid, you need to take smaller pieces of hair, smaller pieces of extensions as well as you go along. So this is how it's looking. I don't really like it. I even told my friends on TikTok that I wanted to take down the hair because I was like, I don't like it. It doesn't look good. But they were like, you know what, leave it. And I said, you know what, actually, I like to show you my fails as well, so that you know that it's okay to fail, But like I'm saying, I didn't like how it looked. It's not my greatest. So I just went ahead, braided it all the way to the nape, and I just plaited it down, and then I tied it. But then, yeah, my hands were hurting because I was really holding big pieces, trying to be fast. And guys, look at my edges. Like, I don't understand. Is that how bad my edges are? Okay guys, I'm back. I want to do this other part. I've blow dried it. It's nice and fluffy. Put this edge control, the one I used. So I'm using this. Like I said, the smell of it is kind of alright, but then again, it smells like soap. So I don't really like it. So I just kept adding the edge control to my hair, just like I did the other time. This time I tried to add it little at a time to see if it would stop the whiteness. So I'm adding it all the way to the back. And when I'm done, I'll brush it in. So let me just brush it in, just really brush it in. At this point, I had found my soft bristle brush, so I was able to brush it in better. Starting with a piece, I'm going to reduce the piece to like a smaller piece. Start with my head and I'll add that piece. So let's start just a very tiny piece like this of my hair. It's not easy when it's your own hair, eh? Okay, I'm adding. So this is how I add my extension, like this. In. So this time I'm going to do it small, small. Okay. Ooh, it's painful and I'm the one doing it. Another piece, like that. See? See where I'm adding it? And then I just carry on plaiting. And then I'm going to take some more hair just to add again. Same way, like this. It's painful because the hair is small there. Okay, so I want to bend my hand out a bit like this so that I'll be around the edges. Make sure the hair is nice and detangled, otherwise it starts to tangle up. So that's it, I just pretty much keep braiding along. And that's the reason your hair has to be detangled before you're even braiding, otherwise your hair won't win. So I'm just adding and adding and adding as I go along, and so this hair that I'm adding, just small, not big. At this point, everything you're doing is repetitive. You're just basically doing cornrows and adding extensions as you go along, whilst ensuring that the cornrow stays neat and the extensions do not tangle. You have to ensure that your hair is properly detangled, just like how I blow dried mine. I was still struggling anyway because the tips were... See, up under my hair is detangled. See how the extensions are tangling up. The extension I used, let me not lie, wasn't that great. It was like an old extension. So it was a bit tangled, but I didn't want to go to the shop to go and start buying extension to take long. It's only 2, so I just salvaged it, but the extension was not that great. So like I mentioned in the beginning, it was just, you know, leftover extensions I used. That's the reason that I was struggling with the tangles of the extensions. But the extensions tangle anyway. I mean, when it's mixing up with the hair, it tangles. So that's how we add in the hair till we finish. Sometimes if you want to make it quicker, you can add big pieces so you don't have to keep adding. My hands are hurting now because I'm having to hold this hair tight. So I just keep braiding, guys. I just keep braiding. It's looking good. And then I'm going to add another extension and see where I add it. Just look at how it goes into my pincer grip. Watch that. Into that grip, it goes in there. And then, yeah, that's it. You just keep carrying on. By now, you should have figured out this pincer grip thing, guys. Tell me that you're going to do it. Tell me that you're going to brave it and do this, please. If you've reached this part of the video, well done. Don't forget to like the video if you like it, and comment in this video and tell me if you're going to brave it. I mean, if you can't do it for yourself, you can do it for someone else, but at least promise me that you would do it, you would try it. So I just keep adding the extensions, guys. That's what I'm doing. I'm just adding. Those extensions on the rack are going to finish in this hair, so I just keep adding and adding and adding, and you know, I just braid it down. Some people would add gel to the hair at this point, but me, I'm not adding. I'm just braiding it like that. Like I said, I didn't really want to keep the hair for too long, so I didn't mind. So I'm going to braid to the same level as the other one and then tie it. And then after tying it, I used rollers. I just used bendy rollers and wrapped it around. I twirled and wrapped it around so that I'll get some curls at the tips. And once I did that, I put it in hot water, but my camera was malfunctioning, so I could not get the footage of putting it in hot water. Alright guys, so I've dipped the hair in hot water. Sorry, I didn't show you that part because my camera was messing up. So now I just want to unravel these ones. I'm going to trim off that end. That's what the coil looks like. So these are the ends. I'm just going to trim it off. I think this one is fine, but I'll just trim off the net. So that's it. This is what it's looking like. I'll give you a 360. Let me do my edges quickly. I've done my edges on this side. Let me do my edges on this side. I'm using this edge control, the Miss Hair. I'm sure by now you know, like, that's like my stronghold edge control, which I kind of like and I use. The edge control, once you put it on your hair, it doesn't come off. It turns white though after like 2-3 days, but at least it lasts for some time. So I just try to do my edges as best as I can, and then I finish with this and Jackie's mousse just on the hair so that it lays flat. So this is the finished look, guys. Look at that, and look at this.
What's our freeze?
Thanks for watching. Bye.